Eagles. A starting guard, number 3, in Clarity Kearney. Also in guard number 11, Janae Pullen. And guard Madison Twirling, number 14. And number 15, Addie Martin. And playing forward, number 21, Kaylee Anderson. And now for your Lady Bulldogs.
All right, let's bring you inside the booth. Again, sorry for our constant audio problems here. Lee Twirling, Kyle Martin with you, Lake at Wauconda High School. Tonight's matchup, Wauconda Bulldogs versus the Lakes Eagles. We've got the jazz band in the background to compete with, so we're going to test our audio. Lee and I are going to share our mic. Wauconda 13-5 overall, 7-1 in the NLCC, which is good for second place. Lakes 10-11 on the season, 6-4 in the conference, fourth place in the NLCC. Lakes, though, has won 3 of their last 4. I'm going to hand this over to Lee. Give me your thoughts pregame here.
Well, as always, Kyle, thanks for having me back to the booth. It's a privilege and a pleasure, and no place I'd rather be than on a late January balmy night at that, here at watching our Lakes Eagles go. I think there's 3 keys to the game. And first, as we always say, defense wins championships. I think Coach Murray's unlocked something special in this team. It's been a lot of hands and a lot of good feet, and I think they stick to that tonight. It's going to help to a victory. I think the second one is going to be pure contribution from up and down the roster, not just the girls on the court, but the girls coming in off the bench. And last but not least, especially on a night like tonight, it's going to be endurance. You're coming off a big game, a big win last night over Grant. The girls are going to have to show they got the legs in them to go 4 quarters.
All right, another new component tonight. We're going to try to zoom in on the action and pan back and forth for you. I'm going to try to do that and keep score. We'll see how it goes. So your starters tonight for Lakes, we have Turney, Anderson, Poland, Twarling, and Martin on the court. Good hands there by Martin. A couple of things. So we played Wauconda on the 8th of December. That was a loss for Lakes at home. Wauconda winning 44-26. We mentioned Lakes has won 3 of their last 4. Hot hands for Lakes at the moment. Madison Twarling, I think a career high 19 points last night versus Grant. And then in the trenches, Martin and Anderson just rebounding force, almost double-digit rebounds for both of them in the last 3 or 4 outings. So look for that to continue. Twarling lines up a 3. That's almost rebounded by Martin, but it's going to be cleared out to Wauconda. Ball intercepted by Anderson, brought up by Twarling.
Well, I mean, what you're seeing right away here, just even with the starting lineup, Coach Murray's trying to go with just a lineup that's going to match up as best he can tonight. He's going with the hot hand, and he's going with girls that have been producing on both ends of the court. So, as we know, though, it's going to be a long game. Again, coming off a game last night, you're going to need a lot of contribution from the bench.
All right, so Turney will inbound under the basket for Lakes. Turney finds Martin on a nice back cut. Martin's shot is off. Rebound's going to be off Martin. Well, they're going to say it's off Wauconda. We'll take that one. So Lakes ball on the side. 0-0, quarter 1, 6:37 to go in game time.
I think the size advantage goes to Wauconda, but there's one thing, again, that Lakes has been showing here of recent, and that's just an ability to be aggressive and attack, both offensively and defensively, just staying active. I do like what we've seen so far. As we've got girls trying to get to the hoop. We're getting shots up. We're just going to have to find a way to get them in here.
So full court diamond press for Lakes. 4 up past the timeline and 2 back. Anderson is the lone back. So the gamble there is if you get beat on the press, you do not have numbers. But aggressive press. Turnover here by Lakes. Wauconda has the ball. I don't think I panned the camera because I'm trying to pass a mic and do this. This is a nightmare. What I might do is have Lee hold the mic, and I'll work the camera, and he can flash it over to me and hold it for me. How's that?
Kyle Martin right here doing his best. He's a man of all traits, so great job. We definitely are going to see a back and forth game here tonight. Both teams are going to push it.
Offensive foul called, I believe, on Turney. Yes. So turnover for Lakes on that possession. Lakes again showing diamond press. Martin got a hand on that. Stays with Wauconda, but the 10-second call is on, and Wauconda steps out of bounds. So Poland will inbound for Lakes. Checking out for Wauconda is Parker. I did not see who came in her place. We're going to get this all straightened out here shortly. Turney on the drive, kicks to Poland, who attacks. Back to Turney. Man-to-man defense for the Bulldogs. Lakes is getting penetration into the lane, but just there's so much traffic, we can't do a lot with it. Martin saves it from going out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover. Wauconda attacks. That shot is off. Wauconda with the offensive board. Going to be a travel called on Wauconda. That is on Wisniewski. So Poland will inbound for Lakes, and Wauconda will show pressure.
What you're seeing so far, Wakonda's going to work the ball inside. Again, they've got the size advantage. They're going to try to get the shots down low. But Wakonda's also a team you don't want to let loose on the perimeter. So the defense is going to have to be all the way through.
Twirling attacks, dishes to Turney. Turney to Poland. Poland for three. And Poland will connect.
Three-point shot by Janae Pellet.
Good kind of penetration and kick out. Twirling brings it up off the steal. She will score, but she is called for an offensive foul.
Yeah, it was a good attack there. I think we like the aggressive behavior. You know, close call. I'd take that move all night long.
We're going to have a 30-second timeout called by Wauconda, and Coach Murray would like clarification on that last call, no doubt about it. That was strange. All right, so coming out of the timeout here, Lakes is going to fall back into half-court defense, not showing pressure. Turney will meet the ball at half-court. Ball goes into the lane, twirling on the floor for Lakes. We have a jump ball, and that'll stay with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bulldogs are not going to let off here in terms of coming at the Eagles all night long. The Eagles are just going to have to match this step for step.
So substitution for Lakes, Ovaska in for Martin. Ball goes into the backcourt. Lakes is trying to chase it down. Twarling comes away with it. Finds Turney for three, and that's good.
Yeah, we're seeing the outside shot, getting some looks here. Lakes can be dangerous if they get a few to drop.
So again, diamond press by the Eagles. They fall back into their half-court offense. We're going to have a travel called on Wauconda. And we have three coming in, three going out for the Bulldogs. 2, 23, and 25. So Judgehan, I don't even have a 23 or a 25. Did I say 15? Zastro is in. Yeah, I don't have a 25 on my roster, Lee. I don't know if you do.
I don't see a 25.
Turney misses the layup attempt off the steal. Ball will stay with Lakes under Lakes' basket. Turney inbounding for Lakes, finds Ovaska. Ovaska tries to get a shot up. That shot is knocked away. And the Bulldogs will control the offensive rebound. Jessica Ross in for Lakes. Trying to think who she came in for. She came in for Poland.
Just watching Wauconda come out here, they look a little rushed on offense. I think if Lakes can take advantage of that, we'll have a chance to convert down on the other end.
Three attempt is up for the Bulldogs. That misses long. Turney finds Twarling. Twarling takes it to the left side. That shot's knocked away by the Bulldogs. Wauconda cannot convert at the other end, but we're going to have a foul called. That call is on Ovaska, I believe.
Yeah, I think she had good position down there, working hard to go up straight. Just got one taken away from her there.
First attempt is good for the Bulldogs. 2:46 to go in quarter one. Lakes leading by 3 early here in this game. Second attempt also good. Turney finds Anderson, who kicks to Twarling, drives to the top. Ross has it now on the right side. Ross to Twarling, who will drive. Ovaska tried to set a pick, popped out. Another reset, back to the top to Turney. Drive by Twarling, and she's able to draw contact. So we're going to have a foul on 25 for Wauconda. Again, we don't know who that is because she's not on our roster.
I think we're seeing good patience so far on the offensive end here. Lakes is moving the ball around, looking for an open seam, and then driving to the hole.
So for those of you watching at home, or if you've ever been to Wauconda, you know that the cell signal in here doesn't exist. We know that we're dropping frames and you're not getting the cleanest of looks at this game. We will post a recording of this that will be clean after the game concludes tonight. So second attempt by Twarling is good, 7-4 Lakes, 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go quarter one.
Lakes drops into a 1-3-1 defense, see if they can give them some trouble in the middle, which it looks like they are doing right now.
All right, so not sure what the signal was there, but we have a turnover by Wauconda, Lakes ball. Wauconda again shows pressure. Good hands there by Twarling to keep that in bounds. Turney needs to get it across the timeline quickly, and she does. Finds Ross in the corner. 3 for Ross is in and out. And we're going to have a foul called on Bloom.
Yeah, good look from the perimeter. I think those are the shots we want to take when we get them open. Wauconda is going to be in your face, and so when you get a shot, I think it's a good look.
Bloom had subbed in previously for Anderson. This play is stopped because the clock did not start on the inbound. 1:36 to go quarter one. Ball knocked away by Ross. Will stay with the Bulldogs, inbounding under their basket. Offensive rebound by Wauconda. Bloom has ball pressure for Lakes, goes into the post. And that shot will be good. Also do not have that player on our roster. Apologies, we would call her name out if we knew who she was. Turnover by Lakes. And they're going to call a foul on Turney.
Well, this is where Wauconda can be dangerous, Kyle. It's that conversion on a turnover, getting down the court. Something they showed the first time we played them, and it's something that if we're not careful tonight, we gotta keep the turnovers from happening.
So Schneider will check in for Turney. We have a tie ball game with 1:04 remaining in quarter one. Going to have a turnover on the pressure. Schneider stepping out of bounds. Rebound cleared by Ross. She's trapped at the timeline, finds Twarling. Twarling will drive and try the left hand, and she's fouled. So it seems like the early MO on both sides is if you're willing to attack the rack, you're going to get that foul call. Good drive there by Twarling.
Yeah, there's opportunities here when you get inside again with a little bit of height advantage on the Wauconda side. If you put that ball up and attack them, you'll get yourself in a favorable position.
Second attempt good for Twarling. Pullen will sub in for Twarling. 36 seconds remaining, quarter one. Three-point attempt on the way is short. Rebound by Schneider. She will push the ball up the court. It's knocked away off of her leg. Turnover Lakes. 19 seconds remaining, quarter one.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see tonight is just a game of momentum. And already just within this first quarter, you've just seen little spurts of momentum from one team to the other. We'll see how that carries over into the second quarter.
8 seconds remaining, quarter one. Lakes pushes it up. Pullen, 3 to go. Pullen tries the 2. Rebound by Alvaska, can't get it up in time, so that will end quarter one. 10-8, Wauconda leading. And we will be right back with you. Check one. All right, we're back. And we're loud. All right. 10-8 is the Wauconda lead. We start quarter two. Let me update our scoreboard real quick to quarter two. Wauconda will inbound. Going left to right on the court. Jump ball's called. We're going to go Lakes direction.
I'll go back to opening comments about defense. Right, you saw great hands there by Kaylee Anderson, just being feisty and aggressive in there. Really like seeing this defense continue to do that. You're going to give Wauconda trouble if you stay there.
Oops, got to move the camera, Kyle. Anderson on the drive, dishes to Poland, who finds Twarling. Twarling's going to bring it back up to the top and reset the offense. Schneider to Martin. Martin drives baseline and finds Twarling for three, just off the back of the iron. Good look there for Lakes. Steal there by Anderson. Wauconda's pushing the pressure. I think that actually probably plays into Lake's hands. Your thought, Lee?
Yeah, just again, you get that turnover, and the Lakes is attacking each time down the court. I think they're keeping Wauconda a little bit on their heels in terms of the aggressive behavior. And Wauconda just hasn't gotten into a real good rhythm. They're trying to find a way. The Lakes' defense is just being a little bit aggravating to them. And there's another example right there.
So good hustle by Schneider to get on the floor, tie that one up. This one will go to Wauconda on the jump. Again, apologies, we're in a steel case. I know we're not the cleanest of broadcasts. We will repost a clean version of this. That drive attempt by Parker, and she is fouled. Foul will be called on Twarling. And Turney will check in after this free throw. So Turney will come in for Twarling. Parker converts both free throws for Wauconda. Lakes moves the ball up the court. Poland on the drive, off the backboard, and Martin's going to get the offensive rebound, and she will be fouled. That foul is called on 25, who every time we want to say a Wauconda player's name, we don't know who they are. Martin will shoot two. First attempt is good. Peel checks in for Wauconda. 25 checks out. Second attempt for Martin is good. Trap on the baseline for Lakes. Wauconda steps out of bounds, and that's going to go to Lakes. Good defense there by the Eagles. So Poland will inbound to Turney.
Yeah, you can sense some frustration for Wauconda just on the offensive side. Lakes is getting after it, staying feisty, moving around. We'll see what Wauconda can do here to try to slow Lakes down, but Lakes has been patient on offense so far.
We're going to have a travel called on the Bulldogs. Wisniewski on the shot that missed, but offensive rebound for the Bulldogs, and then the turnover on the travel. Schneider will check out. Ross will check in. Poland inbounding for Lakes to Turney. Turney finds Ross. And the Bulldogs will fall back into their half-court defense. Three-pointer on the way by Poland is long. It's going to be a turnover on the Bulldogs. Good hands there by Turney to get a hand on that pass. Poland with the ball at the top of the key. We'll find Ross in the lane. Anderson grabs the loose ball. Ross is going to try for a three, and that one's long. Martin tried to go off a Bulldog defender, but it missed her, so the Bulldogs will come away with the loose ball. Three-pointer's long. Rebound by Martin. They're going to say that that ball went off of Martin's leg and will stay with Wauconda.
I think we're seeing the 1-3-1 defense work pretty well for Lakes so far. Kaylee Anderson's been a force in the middle with their tallest girl, number 22, and now they're back into a man-to-man. So switching it up is keeping Wauconda guessing right now.
You know, Lake's kind of in a half-court trapping defense, very aggressive, way out on the perimeter. Wauconda has not had many good looks. Offensive rebound, though, by Peel, and she'll be fouled by Anderson.
Fouled by Kaylee Anderson.
So Twarling will check in for Lakes as well as Ovaska. Checking out for Lakes, we have Poland and Martin. 4:09 to go in quarter two, and one more free throw coming for Peel. So foul called on Wauconda on Peel. Lakes will inbound under their basket. Ross will inbound for the Eagles. Ross drives baseline, finds Ovaska, can't find the handle. Turney's at the top of the key. She'll attack, finds Ovaska again, just too far under the backboard. Loose ball is going to be controlled by Anderson. And the Bulldogs are going to grab it. Peel on the run out, just strong off the backboard. Loose ball stays with the Bulldogs. Turney tries to save it but cannot. So we're going to have a Bulldog inbound under their own basket. 3:27 to go quarter one.
Well, you're seeing punch for punch right now. I mean, both teams really going at each other. Both defensively are causing fits for the other team. Again, trying to find momentum is going to be the key here.
Ross with the ball, and she's going to be called for a double dribble. .318 quarter one. Wauconda leads by 2. Oh, lone wolf under the basket. Wauconda finds the open offensive player for an easy 2. Lakes turns it over. Wauconda will set up their half-court offense. That shot by Frank is long, rebounded by Lakes. Twirling attacks. Shot's going to be out of bounds. Bloom will check in for Lakes, and Anderson will check out.
As we finish out this, first half, Kyle, it's going to be about poise, just staying patient on offense, working the ball. The shots will come. Our girls just need to not panic here as Wauconda, looks to find shots down low.
So Wauconda starting to kind of find their name in the lane. Obviously, as Lee mentioned, we're a little outsized in there, and they finally have been able to work the ball into the lane. That shot by Frank is no good. Foul is going to be called on Wisniewski. Frank, the only, as far as I could see on the roster, and there are 2 players that we can't identify, but I believe Frank is the only senior on this Wauconda team. And Lee will probably correct me that I'm not right about that, but I thought that was the case. .150 to go quarter 2. Frank's 3 attempt is long. Wauconda not able to corral the rebound. We're going to have a timeout by Lakes.
Yeah, I think that's a good timeout by Coach Murray. Again, you talk about momentum. Wauconda is starting to find a little bit of confidence right now when they get the ball. Also just causing Lakes to rush things on offense a little bit. So I think what Lakes needs to do right now is just slow it down, get back into your passing game, wait for the seam, and then attack it. If you get the open shot, you take it. But a few things on the conversion that just aren't coming together. And when that turnover happens, it's a quick trip back down the court for Wauconda. That's where you start to lose that momentum.
All right, 1:41 to go before halftime. We're going to have Lakes inbounding, trailing by 6. Good hustle there by Twarling and Pullen to get back on defense, knocked it away. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. Bloom, Turney, Twarling, Pullen, Anderson on the floor for Lakes. And that three-pointer by Frank is good. The turnover on the inbound by Lakes. Rebound by Bloom, finds Twarling. Anderson is going to be fouled in the lane for Lakes. And that will be 4 fouls on the Bulldogs.
Anderson now has 2 fouls.
Martin will check in for Anderson. Thought we called a foul there. I guess they did not. I thought I saw the referee make a sign of a foul, but the ball's out of bounds.
Kelsey Fields and Michael Roguski for the layup.
Twarling's 3 attempt is long. Rebound is going to be cleared by Wauconda. 34 seconds to go before halftime. Wauconda is now just pretty much scoring at will. Bloom will put it in for Lakes. And of course, because it's my daughter, I didn't get the camera pan far enough, quick enough. But Martin with the rejection on Peel. Ball will be inbounded by Wauconda. Good defense there by Martin. And we are going to be at halftime. Before the band cranks up, let's try to get a couple thoughts here. Well, they're cranked up. I don't know if we'll be able to be heard or not. We'll give it a second. We'll try to catch you right before the second half starts. All right, so inside the broadcast booth here, and I know Lee has some stats to share, but I think my observations of the first half, Lakes very aggressive on defense, pushing Wauconda way out past the paint, and then Wauconda kind of started to break that down a bit. The other thing is, with that defensive intensity, can Lakes keep the energy up through 4 quarters. It's a lot of work to play that hard, but I think the other thing for Lakes is turnovers have absolutely killed them, which is not really what I've seen the last 3 or 4 games out of the Eagles. But let me turn it over to Lee and get his observations on the first half.
Well, you're spot on, Kyle. And if there was going to be a key to the second half tied to turnovers, it's going to be poise. It's really just staying calm. You know, Wauconda found some confidence there. We talked about momentum in the first half. They took advantage of that, and Lakes contributing to that with some turnovers. So if Lakes can get back to what they're doing in the first quarter, working the ball around the perimeter, being patient, finding the open seam when it comes, and attacking. First half stats, you had Masson twirling with 4, Clarity and Janae both with 3, and then Caitlin Bloom and Addie Martin each with a bucket. So it was a slow second quarter. Outscored 15-6, but I think there's an opportunity here. The press from Wauconda has not caused Lakes much trouble. It's just the sloppy turnovers that come and start to add up. So confident they can come back into it in the third, but it's going to take some grit and some heart here.
Yeah, and it's Wauconda has, I don't know what they're shooting from the field, but they have scored at will when Lakes has turned it over. So it's kind of been the difference in the game right now. So 25-14 is our score coming out of halftime. And see what Lakes can do in the second half. So Lakes will have possession to start half 2. We have Turney, Poland, Twarling, Anderson, Martin on the court for the Eagles. Turney's going to take it to the hoop. A little long off the backboard, cleared by Wauconda. Wauconda will push it ahead. Bulldogs in no rush, obviously with the lead, willing to play a slower half-court game here. So Lakes is going to have to keep up the defensive intensity. The other factor here, Lee, is good block there by Poland. Lakes just played a game last night, and I was just going to say, in my eye, they look tired. Martin shot off the back of the iron, rebound by Anderson, who loses the handle. Turney will corral the rebound for Lakes, and she will push the tempo. Blocked out of bounds, will be Lakes ball under our own basket.
Yeah, I think, we're seeing both teams try to settle into this game a little bit, both being a little bit more patient. I think some of that, to your point, Kyle, is probably just a little bit of wear and tear on the Lakes team from last night. And when you start to see the physical part break down, then you start to see the mental part, which is, a piece that's going to catch up with you.
So turnover by Lakes, a little miscommunication between Poland and Turney. Turnover by the Bulldogs, corralled by Twarling. And Twarling is fouled from behind.
Lexia Manolo now has 2 fouls.
Lakes just offensively right now is just out of sync, leading to some turnovers here. We have players bouncing into each other. We have screens that aren't quite in the right spot. Let's see if we can get that figured out here. Good defense there by Poland on Wisniewski. Lakes will clear. Turney has the ball for Lakes. Finds Twirling. Twirling's knocked to the floor. No call. Poland drives baseline. Finds Anderson. Shot fake. Up and under. Just short on the attempt. Good attack there by Anderson.
Great Parker foul on the play.
We're going to have a foul called on Lakes. Turney is called for the foul. The Lakes faithful wanting an offensive foul call there, I believe, is what I'm picking up.
Yeah, we're hearing some chatter from the Lakes faithful for sure, and I think what I like seeing is that the girls are staying aggressive here. They're going to have to fight through this, especially as Wauconda has pulled away a little bit.
Twirling is knocked out of bounds, and they're going to call a turnover on Lakes for Twirling touching it, coming back into bounds after she was knocked out of bounds. Foul's called on Twirling. As so many times that happens, doesn't it? You get a rotten call on one end, and then you pick up the foul on the other end. So Twirling will go out. Schneider will come in for Lakes.
Yeah, the hope here is, don't lose poise. Don't get frustrated, right? Just stay working hard.
Ross drives for Lakes. Just a little too stiff off the backboard. Anderson can't get the rebound, but Ross does. Good attack there by Ross. That's going to be a turnover on the missed shot. Offensive rebound by Wauconda, but the rebounder was out of bounds. Ovaska will check in. Martin will check out. So you have Poland, Schneider, Ross, Ovaska, and Anderson on the floor for the Eagles. And the Bulldogs will force the Eagles into a turnover.
Well, and this comes back to the contribution piece, right? We're going to need to rely on the full roster tonight. Coming off the game last night, you're seeing girls come off the bench and trying to contribute and working hard. So it's going to have to be a full team effort to come back into this one.
Good battle for the offensive board, or for the rebound by Ovaska. It's going to have a jump ball going to the Bulldogs, who will inbound under their basket. Wisniewski gets loose, misses the shot attempt, and Schneider will rebound, and that'll be called also a jump ball. This one will go to Lakes. .328 to go in quarter three. Lakes trails by 13. Coach Murray is going to call a timeout.
Here's the good news, Kyle. We've held them to 4 points so far this quarter. Defensively, we're staying stingy, and that's going to be a big part of it. I think on the offensive end, though, we've only put one bucket in so far, so we're going to have to just find a way to convert. But if we can just keep, again, Wauconda's not on the full attack. I think knowing they've got the lead, they're not going to be overly aggressive. If the Lakes can just find a way to shift this momentum, get a little run here going, especially with 3 minutes to go, plenty of game.
So Wisniewski is fouled for Wauconda by Anderson. So a little teaching moment here for the kids at home watching. Even if the ball is going to be called a backcourt ball, it behooves you to pick up the ball before it gets to the free throw line. Otherwise, the other team will be inbounding under the basket. So that's why you hear coaches, and it seems counterintuitive. You know it's going to be a backcourt. You want to still go jump on it before that ball gets to the free throw line, just to make them inbounded on the sideline rather than on the baseline. Wauconda's going to get possession on that loose ball.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Wauconda. They're not letting off the gas right now, and to their credit, you know, they're working hard and not taking for granted what lead they have.
So Wauconda will settle into their half-court offense, again in no hurry. Lakes is going to have to get up on the ball if we're going to get the ball back, because Wauconda will run clock. That three by Frank is good. Drive by Ross. Misses on the shot attempt. Good drive. Wauconda will clear the rebound. Bloom, Ross, Turney, Schneider, Ovaska. There's nobody on the weak side for Lakes, and Wauconda steals an easy offensive rebound. To me, Lee, it just looks like girls are just tired. No other way to say it. Twarling comes in for Schneider. Lakes doesn't have a tremendously deep bench. They went real hard those first two quarters, and sometimes that exhaustion can lead into turnovers and missed assignments. Ross scores for the Eagles. And we're going to get a backcourt call on Wauconda, so turnover to Lakes. Ross attacks again. Looks like some contact there. Ball went out of bounds. They're going to call it just a turnover on Lakes. Ball will go to the Bulldogs. Turney comes away with the rebound for Lakes. Finds Ross. Ross finds Twarling for three. That is good, and she was absolutely raked across the arm on that shot, but no call. Coach Murray, I think, is thinking the same thing I'm thinking and gets a bench warning from the official, but Twarling definitely got hit on that shot.
And you're looking for a spark right now, so anything to get the bench going, get the girls on the court going, that's a spark you need, but you gotta parlay that into something here.
Ross clears the rebound, finds Twarling. 41 seconds to go in the quarter. Bloom has the ball knocked away, so it'll be Lakes' possession under the basket. Turney will inbound for the Eagles. Turney finds Ovaska. Ovaska can't convert. Run out goes to the Bulldogs. We're going to have Lakes ball with 28 seconds remaining. Caruth and Poland will come in for the Eagles. Ross and Ovaska will check out. .20 seconds to go. Caruth is going to find twirling on the wing. Twirling gets fouled on the shot attempt with 14 seconds to go in quarter 3. So Twirling will shoot a couple.
Number 50 called for foul, for second. One more shot.
If there's one thing that hasn't come easy tonight, it's these shots inside the lane. I mean, again, we knew they had the height advantage, but they're also just, they're aggressive. Their defense is tenacious down there, and our goal is trying to find a way to get a shot off.
Martin couldn't corral the rebound, but it's going to be out of bounds on Wauconda, so it's going to stay with Lakes. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Twirling inbounding for Lakes. Finds Pullen. Finds Snyder, who goes back to Twirling. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Martin. Twirling will shoot. That ball's deflected. And that's going to end quarter 3. So Lakes trailing by 13 with 1 quarter remaining. We'll be right back with you. All right, so here we go with quarter 4. Lakes trailing by 13. Wauconda will inbound to start the quarter. And again, I would expect Wauconda will hold the ball as long as they can. With no shot clock, it's actually possible you could hold it the entire quarter. So unless they get a great look, we're going to see a lot of passing. Lakes is going to have to turn up the defensive intensity to get the ball back. Twirling's going to get fouled coming up the sideline. That'll be the okay, they reset every quarter. First foul of the quarter for the Bulldogs. Turnover there by Lakes. Pass from Turney didn't find its way to Pullen. Anderson gets a hand on that, but the Bulldogs retain possession and they'll set up their half-court offense. It's killer there not to come away with that rebound. All right, Lakes ball. Turney for 3, just off the front iron. Anderson with the loose ball. He's going to find Turney again, who kicks it over to Pullen one-handed. Turney finds Caruth, who goes baseline. Finds Twirling in the corner. Twirling's shot is just short off the iron. Another offensive rebound for Anderson. We're going to have a jump ball, and this is going to stay with Lakes. Ball goes through Anderson's hands. It's going to be grabbed by the Bulldogs, but they're called for a carry. So Lakes ball on the side. Pullen will inbound. Another offensive board for Anderson. She puts so much effort in into rebounding. It's just she's such a huge asset for the Eagles.
Has 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's just pure effort right there. I mean, Kaylee continues to show that. One of the best rebounders in the conference in that regards.
Caruth gets double teamed. It's knocked away. Lakes is going to keep possession, and Turney will be fouled. Foul committed by Peel. Ovaska will check in for the Eagles.
Kelsey Tito calls foul number 2.
Ovaska will check in for Caruth. We're going to have a timeout by Coach Murray. Get a little performance by the marching Bulldogs here. I couldn't name that tune, Lee. Do you have the name of that song?
I thought you'd have that in your back pocket.
I did not have it. They have played some good songs tonight, but I did not recognize that one. So twirling inbounds for Lakes. Turney will set up the offense. Finds Poland at the elbow. Poland to Anderson, who will drive, cut off. Pick and roll to Anderson. Oh, wow. Another offensive foul called on the Eagles. They're picking up that the Lakes player is pushing off with their off arm, which is not uncommon, but it's also happening pretty much happens universally when someone's dribbling the ball. But quick whistle there on the Eagles. The ball's knocked out of bounds and will stay with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, with under 5 minutes now, it's going to be important that you're getting these rebounds and you're getting buckets on your end. You just can't give them second shots here because they're going to take their time.
That was a great interior pass. 23-25 on the play. Twirling is fouled on the three-point shot. So we'll have three free throws coming for Lakes.
That foul puts Madison Twirling at the line for 3 shots.
First attempt from Twirling is good. As is the second. And Twirling converts all 3 free throws for the Eagles. Parker with the drive and the score for the Bulldogs. That was a good drive. Again, Twirling forcing the issue is fouled. That is the 4th foul on the Bulldogs. And they're going to call it a shooting foul for Lakes. I'm sorry, that's the 5th team foul, so 2 shots are coming from Twarling. Martin is in with Ross for the Eagles. Twarling can't miss. That's 5 consecutive free throws made for the senior guard.
Down 14 with plenty of time, and we could make this thing real interesting. But every time Wauconda comes down the court, they're finding a way to get a bucket, and that's not helping.
That ball stripped by the Bulldogs. Frank will be rejected by Turney.
And then Helen Macy in for the layup.
Ball turned over by the Eagles. Good hustle there by Turney to get it back. Again knocked away by the Bulldogs, and they will call timeout. 3 minutes, 16 seconds to go in game time here from Wauconda.
Well, we talked about endurance at the beginning of this game, and you can see just the wear and tear that last night was put on this team. Again, not just physically, but mentally too. There's still fight in them, though. You know, we're seeing some plays where girls are hustling after it. It's just converting on an opportunity is where we've been lacking tonight the most.
Blake Parker off the glass.
So Caruth and Bloom will check in for the Eagles. Martin and Anderson will check out. 20-point lead for Wauconda, 2:50 to go in the game. By the way, that last song by the band was All I Do Is Win. Lee knew that one. In fact, he was mouthing the words to the song.
It's on everybody's playlist, right?
Yeah, he didn't see me that I saw him doing that, but I did see him doing that. Christie also in the game for the Eagles. My partner has also been asking the question, when are the headsets coming in? Let's just stop fooling around with bad sound and let's go to the full-on broadcasting headsets. We've looked into that. I think the good doctor would probably kill this announcer if a pair of those showed up at the house at this point.
I think we're ready. I think we're ready.
I think we are too. I'm not going to disagree with you, and we'll show up at Lakes. We'll do all their games. I will not try to broadcast again from Wauconda High School because not their fault, but for whatever reason, nothing leaves the walls of this gym. And if you've stuck it out, which there's no way you have, we'll put a clean version of this up later tonight. All right, turnover by Wauconda is going to go to Lakes. We've got Schneider, Ross, Christie, Bloom, and Caruth on the floor for the Eagles. Three-pointer by Ross is good. Caitlin Bloom knocks away the pass there by the Bulldogs.
It's always encouraging to see kids fight towards the end of the game here, like taking your shots, still working hard, right? You want to see that even in a game where it's a little lopsided, kids are still working hard.
Virtually everything Wauconda is throwing up is going in this fourth quarter, and has kind of been the story for the game. I, again, don't know what the percentage is from the field, but it's high. So Ross is going to be fouled on the shot attempt. She'll have 2 free throws.
Sarah Popper calls the foul.
First attempt by Ross is good. Free throw number 2 is good as well. Good hustle there by Caruth. That's going to go to Lakes on the loose ball. Knocked off. Caruth knocked it off a Bulldog defender. Bulldogs still showing full court pressure. I can't quite figure out why.
Yeah, I've wondered the same thing, Kyle. It just must be program philosophy. You just keep your foot on the gas, but it's been surprising to see that pressure even here this late in the game.
Christie thought about stepping into that three-point attempt. Gets it to Ross. Ross will put it up off the front iron. Wauconda on the run out. Turned it over. Caruth comes away with it. Finds Christie, who finds Schneider. See if Lakes can get a bucket here in the last 20 seconds of the game. Ross is going to be called for a 5-second violation. 15 seconds to go in game time. Well, partner, it's been fun. Again, we're going to get this audio stuff figured out so that we can do a better job for the viewers. But I think we did a better job than we did last time. So it's an improvement game to game.
Yeah, I think we're 2-0 if you ask me. And I want to give you huge props for managing the camera, managing the mics, managing this booth all night long. So thank you.
A lot of fun. All right, that's going to do it from Wauconda, 51-32 Bulldogs. And we will see you the next time Lakes gets on the road. Have a good night, everybody.